How we doing, guys? Today I'm going to show you on how to use roles, what they do, and what you could do with them. So first you want to go to your backpack, pull out your maker pen, and I want you search up, again, role. You see this? Now, place that. And then you go to configure. And you have this. You can edit role. You could see if they move. If you have a game setup, you could make them switch teams if they have the specific role. If you give it to them, I will show you how to give it to them. Hip slots. 1 enabled each. 2 enabled. Both enabled. Hip restrictions. So if a item has a certain tag, so basically, let me show you. So let's put this. Pretend this is our little gun, and then we put unedit it and press configure, and we can give it a tag. So add tag. Put it as don't hold. Then alright. So we put that there. Make sure it's grabbable. Alright, so now we can make sure to put it on decoration so you don't glitch yourself with the map. But now we can grab it. So pull out your maker pen, and then edit this, and edit role, and allow tags. So if you add the tag, so modify. So so this has a tag, so it won't let it on my hip, but it block tags. So even if it has a tag, it still lets it on my hip. But just put it as none if you want it. It's confusing. Pick restrictions. Basically same thing as hip restrictions, but you can't pick it up. Hide this player's name. If you have a role, like if you're trying to give someone invisibility, you should probably put this on. Shoulder equipments. Block tags means you can put it on your shoulder. Block tags. And that's all. Alright, and then voice roll off distance. If you have this on, it affects your voice. I recommend just have it off. But if you want to be like an announcement, have it at 500. If you want it as someone where they can barely hear you, 1. But I just have it off. Locomotion. Alright, so we have teleport delay. Whenever someone teleports, they have a delay. Like in Crimson, if you play a quest, for example, they have a system where it's implemented where when you teleport, there is a little bit of a delay and you can't just instantly teleport. Alright, walk speed. This is normal walk speed. Turn it up, you go flying. Turn it down, you can't move. Can sprint. Obviously you can sprint. Auto sprint. This basically puts on auto sprint if you want it. Jump height. This can make you either go really high or like where you can just barely jump. Teleport distance. Basically how far you can teleport. Can ram. These are important. Can ram and get pushed. If you want a system basically where you have a guard and he doesn't want to be pushed, but if people are in his way while he walks, he can push them. So basically for the guard, you want him to have cam ram on and can be pushed now. So he can push other people, but people can't push him. Alright, and then if they don't have that rule. What did I just do? Don't put that. Alright. So yeah. Cam ram basically means you can push them. And if you only have push on, it means you can move them. Like where they can like slide. Ramming is where you just hit and they go fly. Wall run. It's pretty self-explanatory. You can wall run. Slide down slopes. This means you could go down slopes how fast and how slow. Or actually it's not what it means, but sprint multiplier. If you have auto sprint on, this will be key. Alright. That is the role. You can name your role. Name your role like staff or anything. Hide during games? No. There you go. And then I will show you how to give a role. Now get the role mapper chip. And then click configure. You can put this as what it does. So let's spawn in a button. And we can go ahead and delete our cube. Alright, so a little bit of circuiting, but this ain't fully circuits. This is the player. So when the button is pressed, it gives it to oh yeah. Let's keep it unfrozen. But wire. So when the button is pressed, it gives the role to the player. And player role, staff. Yep, click enable. If you have more than one role, it should have a list of options like 4 buttons like this, for example. But so when you click that button, it could either give the role, remove the role, and then it could have event receivers, as if the player has the role, it checks. If the player doesn't, or it checks if it changes. But alright. Now we can go ahead and delete that. Now with the fun stuff. Let's go ahead and get an invisible barrier. Invisible barrier. Spawn. That is not how you spawn them. Scale. So yeah. So you see I can't go through it. This is only if you want like a military checkpoint or like an armor. See, only enabled for everyone, or only disabled for. See? And then roll. Staff. And then you see I can't get because I don't have the role. And I will show you how to give roles. So you want to go to this room, settings, game options. No. It's not what you want to do. You want to go to roles. See staff. Make sure you have your role. And here's everyone. Back to the guard shift. And if you want the player not to be able to ram the guard, you don't have that on. And then you put yes. And then boom. So yeah. Alright, then you want to go to permissions. Sadly, you only have host and contributor. No moderator or, yeah, contributor. Alright, so I am currently the creator. So you will go to I don't think I can do it here. So they currently don't have the system where it... Oh wait, never mind. They do. Alright, since I am a creator, auto-assign roles, when the player joins, he will have the role staff. This is basically, so if you give someone, basically, say if I did this on host, you did this on host, whenever you give someone host, it gives them host. So I should be able to walk through now. And if I do not have it, oh yeah, system break. When CV2 comes out, I will do a tutorial on how to make it where whenever you remove a player's host, for example, it takes away all their assignment rules. So I technically don't have hosts, but I still have the permissions to use this role. It's a bug, and I don't know, but I will show you. And that's the end of the tutorial. I hope this helped out. I really hope you, like, I really just hope I helped you out. There's me, at me, DM me on Discord. My username is flat as Sigma. Yeah, you can get that. If you have any questions, just DM me, gang.